Today is day 129 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We are continuing on here at Codecademy. We are currently 84% of the way through Ruby, and we are on, I think, part 2, lesson 2 of section 9, virtual computer. And we're basically just going to dive right into it. So, loading. Breathing, good. There are 9 sections, 8 sections. 8 sections. Not terrible. Not too bad. Alright, what you'll be building. Now that you've learned about classes and objects in Ruby, you can create any kind of Ruby object your heart desires. In this project, we'll use our newfound knowledge to create a class, computer, and generate instances of that class that can manipulate imaginary files for us. Instructions, ready, click Save and Submit Code to get started. Let's look at what we're up against. We've got class machine, @users equals empty curly braces. Define initialize username password, username at username equals username, at password equals password, @ username in brackets equals password, and then at files equals empty curly braces, and define create file name, time equals time.now, at files, file name in brackets equals time, puts hashtag curly braces file name was created by hashtag curly braces at username at hashtag curly braces time, end. And we're defining machine, technically defining machine get users, @ users, end, and then 22 through 28, we are doing my machine equals machine.new Eric, blah, 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 your machine, machine.new you, blah, 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 my machine.create, groceries.text, your machine.create, to-do.text, puts user machine.gets user. Alright, save and submit. Groceries.text was created by Eric on 12/17/510 at 6:59 35 seconds. To-do.text was created by you 12/510. So it's a 7-hour difference between here and their servers. Good to know. See, prior to midnight, which means that 10 is really a 9. I mean, now it's 10. Now it's 12 o'clock on the dot and 21 seconds, but good to know. Users, Eric 668, and then we, user number 56789. Cool. Okay, so that's basically what we're going to be doing. I take it, I think. Onward. Let's find out. We are in section 2 of 8. Create your class. Alright, let's go ahead and set up our class. Instructions. Create a class called computer. Class computer. Give it an initialize method, which this gets end, so that's the class. Then we will be defining initialize, which will also receive its own end. Takes no parameters. The body of initialize should be empty, so I'm assuming that it's not just an empty parameter, but literally no parameter at all. So, parentheses-less. Yes? I think. Save and submit. Good. We got nil, and we're marching on. Section 3 of 8. Fancify your initialize method. Well done. Now let's spice up your initialize method by passing it some parameters and setting some instance variables. Update initialize to take two parameters, username and password. Copy. Good. Username, password. In the body of initialize. Set the instance of variables at username and at password, respectively, to these parameters. What's the best way to go about doing that? Let's do you and well, yeah, we'll just stick with that. We'll stick with that right there, and then we'll just clean stuff up and put things in their rightful place. I think that is about as good as it's going to get. Now, we've got username and password in place, and we are marching on. In your initialize method, you'll also want to create a @files instance variable and set this to an empty hash. This is so we can keep track of our files later. Now, I can't recall if they want us, it's probably empty brackets. Could be empty curly braces. It very well might be empty curly braces. I think it's just brackets, the squared brackets, but we're going to go with curly braces because my spidey senses tell me go with curly braces for now. So we will use @files. Now, should we nestle it right under password, or should we give it a bit of breathing room? Drop it down a line. Visually, I'm not sure what's better. Easier to read. I kind of want to have the space since it doesn't actually have like a defined equals. It's not a variable. It's just an empty, soulless placeholder, if you will. Let's go ahead and hit save and submit, and then we'll crack open hint. Aha, green check mark, it worked. I still want to see my variable. Okay, so down here, although the webcam may be blocking it, my face prison could be covering the lower portion of the hint, but in the hint, they do mention, they don't show here in the example of the hint. Down below, not all instance variables need to be set by parameters. Your @files, this guy, should just be @files equals curly braces. So the curly braces hunch was correct. Our spidey senses worked for our benefit. So good call on us. Hey, Topher's here. Awesome. Good evening to you, sir. Hopefully your night is going well. Onwards to section 4. We are building, I don't know how long your comment has been there, I just noted it, but we're kind of towards the beginning. The first 1 or 2 sections were just noise. We are building a virtual computer, as you can see from the title. So yeah, good. Nice. Oh, it's going okay. Awesome. Okay is good. That's better than awful or terrible. So, nice. All right. Have a little class. Let's go ahead and toss in a class variable. We'll use the variable @user to keep track of all the users on the computer. Instructions: add a class variable called @user to your computer class. Whoa, hold on, my tiny mind can't process this. So I'm adding another class. Oh no, it's a class variable. It's a class variable, I'm good. I thought I was adding another class inside the computer class. It's just a class variable though. So @user and set it equal to an empty hash. So similar to files again, but it will be, I think, you know what? No. Bad, Steven. Bad. This goes outside of the method. outside of the method, the variables have to play outside with the dog. Equals curly nonsense. Let's give that a shot. Save and submit. Aha, green check mark. Awesome. What's going down in chat? Oh, hey, camed? Something 00. Welcome. Oh, cool. I did Codecademy before they had this course. I assume it's Python, Ruby, ew. Wow, good thing we are all on the same page, right? I know, right? I'm in the C family. Ruby feels slimy and weird to me. Yes, samey. That makes 3 of us. Same, but it's so widely used, it's frustrating. Damn straight it's frustrating. I'm so glad I'm nearing the end of it. I am extremely hopeful, although I have a large hunch that I'm wrong, but I'm hopeful Ruby on Rails is going to be better. I don't think it's going to be. I am kind of interested in the authentication one as well. Ruby on Rails authentication. Mainly just because I'm kind of curious about like database security and logging in and all that kind of setting up protocol stuff for logging in and security and whatnot. So I've got zero idea really how any of that works. But I'm hopeful, even though it'll be Ruby on Rails authentication, I'm still hopeful that there will be enough generalities that I'll get a good taste for it, an idea of security in general. It very well may be not regarding any of that. I'm also interested in learning what Ruby on Rails is in general, although now that I've gone through majority of Codecademy, I kind of get the feeling that Ruby on Rails is equivalent to jQuery for JavaScript. Could be wrong, probably wrong, but yeah. Alright. People still use Ruby, like in production? Oh my god, 7 more hours of Ruby? Yeah, 7. At least that's 2 courses. This one was 9, and we're 84% of the way through, so we're nearing the end. We are in part 2 of lesson 9. So we're on this guy. Part 2, virtual computer. All we have left is section 10, object-oriented programming 2, and then banking on Ruby, and we're done with the main Ruby section. This course was 9 hours. The next one is 5 and 2, so we're over the hill. It's good times, good times. So the Ruby nightmare will be over with shortly. And section 11 is one of the paid-for nonsense things, so F that noise, right? So let's close out of that. Let's keep marching on. Section 4? No, 5. We made it out of 4 alive. Cool. This is good times. We are flying through this one. What are we doing? We are getting more creative. Excellent. Our class is coming together, but it's a bit boring. Let's add another method, create. We'll want to do a few things in it. Instructions. 1. Inside of your computer class, define a method called create with a single parameter, file name. 2. Inside create, declare a variable called time and set it equal to the current time using time.now. 3. Next, inside create, add a new key/value pair to the @files hash. Use the file name key to store the value time. 4. For the final step in create, please put a message telling the user that a new file was created. Feel free to put in any information you like. The one we used in exercise 1 printed the file name, the username, and the time. Get a hint, we'll look at that shortly, probably. Chipping away from instruction 1, inside your computer class, technically probably down here. Define a method called create, so rinse and repeat of this, but for create, with a single parameter, file name. Good times. Let's go ahead and do that. And you know what? I'm wondering if I should move user above the method. We'll worry about that later. Let's go ahead and build create, define create with a single parameter. Also end. Okay, so this is the Earth. It's a very nice Earth. File name. I think that's it for 1. That is it for 1. 2, inside create. Line 10. Declare a variable called time. Time equals time.now. We'll type that out. Capital T dot now. Beautiful. 3, next, inside create, yet again, so dropping down a line. Inside create, add a new key value pair. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where am I putting this? Inside create, add a new key value pair to the file's hash. Use the file name key to store the value time. Guys, I don't think I'm smart enough to piece this together. What my mind is telling me to do is take files equals in the curly nonsense. I think there's a colon involved somewhere in here. File name and time? That can't be right. God, that feels wrong. I mean, it seems relatively okay, but I'm not sure. I want to look at the hint. Everything feels awful. At files, file name, time. Can you guys see that? Look at this. This is the hint section. I think my stupid face webcam is blocking it, right? Here's this. Let me move that. So that's closer to the hint. Boom. So that's what's going down. Hint. You can add the file name, time, key value pair to the at files hash with time equals time.now, which we have. Oh, and they've got them nestled together. They are just snuggling hard. So Topher. Topher said at files. Okay, at files file name equals time, maybe. Yes. Topher is right yet again. Cool. So what did I do? I made it stupid looking. That's what I did. Let's make it less stupid looking. File name. File name equals time. Good, good. And those two get to touch because it's allowed. We'll get rid of hint here. And lastly, 4. For the final step in create, in this guy, please put a message telling the user that the new file was created. Feel free to put in any information you like. The one we used in exercise 1 printed the file name, the username, and the time. There was a lot of puts, and there was quote stuff, and there was a lot of hashtag curly nonsense and other words, and there were like 2 or 3 of them. And what were they? It was it at username or just username? We're gonna do, I don't think it was at username. It definitely wasn't. It wasn't. It was just username. And password. Don't mind the random typing. That's stress typing. Password. Followed by time, was it? Yeah, we're not even going to make it a sentence. We're just going to throw that shit in there. And save and submit code. If it blows up in our face, we'll just check exercise 1. Aha, green check mark. It didn't blow up in our face. There's a 34% chance that it's wrong, though, somehow, as they pass out green check marks like it's candy here at Codecademy. So, in the meantime, we're going to accept this victory and move on to section 6. Who are the users? I don't think I've ever used this contraction. For the user, that's... Who does that? No one does that. It's not a commonplace contraction. I know grammatically it's fine, but no. No. Right? Anyways, we're moving on. Perfect. Now that we think of it, though, we could have a whole bunch of users creating files every whichwhere, and we don't have a way of getting our double@user class variable. We need to create a method to reach it. Because double@users is a class variable, we'll use the class method to grab it. Most of the methods we've seen so far are instance methods. They work on a particular instance object, such as mots or blixie, and a class method belongs to the class itself. And for that reason, it's prefixed with the class name, like so. Class machine define machine.hello puts hello from the machine. And end. Topher. Yeah. Whore? No, just no. That was some smart sneaking. Right? Right? I just... Come on. Good for them, though. Someone was dedicated. Alright. Good. There's a little remaining whisper of information after the example. There's a shortcut for this, which we'll learn in a later lesson. This is kind of low. Let's open up the hint, bump the instructions up a little. Boom. Beautiful. Oh god, and we close the hint again, and now it's back down. There we go. No one touch anything. Jesus. Alright, instructions. 1. Add a new class method to your computer class called computerGetUsers. It should have no parameters, and 2. Your new computer.getUsers method should return the double@user class variable. Wait, where am I putting this? Add a new class method to your computer class. Computer gets users. Okay. Copy, which will be new method would be define. And do we have a parameter of sorts? Should have no parameters. End. Your new computer.getUser method should return the double@users. Pretty straightforward. Alright. I think that's mostly okay. Let's go ahead and run this. Green checkmark yet again. This is going relatively okay. Usually I'd be in tears around the halfway to 2/3 section, but we've kind of made it out of the woods already. There's still a lot of room to fail, but usually something catastrophic has happened by this point in the stream. As far as the activity lessons go. So this is, I'm going to count this as a win. Instantiation Nation. Excellent. Last step, let's create an instance of our computer class. You've done this before, but here's a refresher. Class person, define initialize name, @name equals name, end. Emma equals person.new, Emma as a string. So very similar to the computer class and the initialize method and everything else we've been doing. 1. In the example above, We first define a person class with an initialize method. 2, then we create a new instance of person and store it in the new variable called Emma. Instructions. After you create a class, after your class, create a new instance of computer and store, already confused. I lost interest at the comma, so I'm just going to keep reading and then we'll circle back when I give a damn. Create a new instance of computer and store it in a new variable called my computer. Feel free to use whatever username and password you like for your arguments. Something about something. What's going on in the hint? Remember, we instantiate a class like so. After your class, here's our class, computer, and it dies at line 21. After your class, line 23, create a new instance of computer. I assume they mean just take computer. Ta-da! And store it in a new variable called my computer. So this dude's actually moving over. For this guy. My computer equals computer. Feel free to use whatever username and password you like for your arguments. And I think I'm throwing stuff in here. Maybe. Fuck if I know. I feel like I'd do computer dot initialize or create, or no, here they've got in their example my instance class name dot new followed by arguments. I'm going to go ahead and do dot new. Everything else we kind of already had an idea of what to do. So this will be username and password. Oh, you know what? This I smell fire, which smells like stupidity, because I've made this mistake before. I put in the stuff, right? You have to, Topher, you have to use your actual password to get a green check mark. There we go. Yes, see, yeah, I was going to do that. Felt wrong. That was one of the previous Ruby exercises. I was like, what's going on? And I was just referencing the parameters instead of putting in something. Good times. So, username. Let's do Timmy? Kyle. What are we thinking? We'll do Timmy. Timmy. Password. Let's do A1, B2, C3. Oh god, that doesn't work. That's not a 3. It doesn't like the hashtag at all. Bad. Oh, numbers will work. I was holding shift because they were capital letters. We'll do lowercase. Lowercase everything. A1, B2, C3. There we go. And in strings, we could have had the hashtag if we did it inside a string. Could we have? Let's find out. Holy sh... It works. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to do... Oh, Topher had a good one. BDX Inc. Password 1. We may change it. We may do this twice. Save and submit. Green check mark. Good to know. Good to know. What do they say for section 8? Alright, you did it. Great work. You've got your very own computer class that generates virtual computer instances. Feel free to play around with your class. What if you add a method that updates files or deletes them? What if you want to add additional parameters to initialize or to create? Instructions: when you've got your computer working just the way you want, click Save and Submit. Code to finish this project. We are going to swap out Timmy and his generic-ass password for mine. Yes, the almighty password 1. Used by all IT departments when resetting someone's username. That is always good. Let's do BDX Inc. We'll make this official. Password 1. Good times. Fire away. Boom. Green check mark. Lovely. Alright, you've earned a badge of virtual computer. Good times. Closing out of that. Next, what do we have on the horizon for tomorrow? Up next, Object-Oriented Programming 2. In this lesson, we'll cover more advanced aspects of Object-Oriented Programming, OPP, in Ruby, including information hiding modules and mix-ins. Hiding is interesting. Sounds like it could be fun. Probably won't be, but that's okay. This is a lot of reading, a lot of info. 20 seconds for tomorrow. 18. Not bad. Alright. So, we are going to, what are we going to do? We are going to back out where we stand stat-wise for Codecademy as we conclude day 128, right? Dr. Sparrow? I'm going to assume it's Dr. Sparrow. Hey, I got a question. I need to code a ball in Java, which behaves properly to gravity and stuff. Do you have some hints or tips? Truthishly, Dr. Sparrow, I've got none of those that you're looking for. Yeah. One of my handy resources is Sir Topher Gates here in chat. He's definitely ahead of the curve, all things coding for me. I've been merely following the path that Codecademy has been providing, but as far as physics-based stuff, I'm trying to think of what language would be used. And my guess is that it's probably going to be one of the C languages, but I'm probably wrong. Topher sent a link because he's so helpful, and I clicked it. Java. Oh, hey, but look, JBox2D is a close Java port of Aaron Cato's excellent C++. There was like kind of partial guess. C, Java was my second guess. I haven't gone to Java. Right now, we're working our way through Ruby. And then after Ruby is Java. There, see? You needed to ask your question like 6 to 8 days from now. And I would have been able to tell you, hey, you can make a ball with Java. But this is why we have Topher here, because he's awesome. So yeah, good times. Good times. What were we doing? We were going to close down the stream and see where we stand stat-wise for day 128. Currently, we are concluding day 128 at 89% of the way through Ruby and 1,481 points of confusion, success, and achievement here at Codecademy with how many badges? She's loading. She's thinking about it. Boom, 204 badges. Not bad at all. Good times. Thank you again to everyone who stopped by. Topher, again, always great to have you, helping out everybody, myself included, and others. We're gonna try again. Tamed, 00. You're gonna be 00, and Dr. Sparrow. Thank you for stopping by, and anyone else who may have ventured in here to view the stream. All views are greatly appreciated, and the adventure continues tomorrow with day 129. In the meantime, we are closing out of the stream. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.